Hello, and welcome back. We're once again messing around in BeamNG, but today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing a little mod overview and kind of how I made a mod and how you can use a mod. So obviously, this is not my mod. This is the wonderful Universal Monsta Frame mod by Ashmaker, and you should go check out all of their stuff on YouTube, Twitch. Lots of great stuff and lots of great mods like this. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes I wish that I could do stuff like this with my automation vehicles. So, well, that's precisely what I did. And what we're going to do here is we're going to pull out an automation vehicle. We're going to go down and grab an old classic car. And then what we can do here, go into vehicle config, open up body. We're going to get rid of our suspension, front and rear. We're going to get rid of our engine. We're not going to need that either. And we're going to get rid of the fuel tank. Now these things are important because if you try having both fuel tanks or both engines, it just will not go. Once you got rid of those, come into chassis mesh. And now we have monster chassis selectable. Now it's going to grow out of the ground. You can make it go faster by just resetting in place. And now we have our automation vehicle on a monster truck chassis. And let me tell you, it's been fun. Woo! Obviously, I'm not the best. But that's okay, you don't have to be. That's the joy of this, is you don't actually have to pay for the car whenever you break it. So as you can see, I do have rear steering enabled. It is a limitation in the way that I did this, that you cannot have toggleable rear steering. So under chassis mesh, under rear suspension, under axles, you can see either linked rear steering for automation or no rear steering. You have to select it. You can't turn it off and on like you can in a regular mod. Like I said, that's a limitation of how this is made. And let me show you how it's made, because it actually wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So this does require the original Universal Monsta Frame mod, but I have the Monsta Frame -ATM, vehicles and common. And this is where we put in. So basically, we took the original files and we made them work for the Campso mod, that additional modifications. And then we had to rename everything because since it's in the common folder, it could show up for any vehicle that references it. So you need to have a different slot type, slot name, etc., so that you don't get doubles on all of the vanilla vehicles. So that's what all of this is, and did a little bit of work with the rear steering to make that function how I wanted it to, and added in some variables. And that is, I mean, this is what the code looks like. This is for the rear steering. I mean, 99.9% of the work is thanks to Ashmaker, and I just got to tweak it to work for these vehicles. So like I said, you install the Universal Monsta Frame mod, and then you'll be able to install this. I'll have a link down below whenever it gets approved, be in the repo. And yeah, you can just drag and, you know, add it in via the vehicle config. Now, there are a couple caveats. First thing first is, right now I only have the one size frame. So if you have a longer vehicle, it's still just going to be able to pull into one size frame. I am looking at making a second frame size in here, but for now you just get the one option. Still works, it just may not look as nice as you want it to look. The second item is, excuse me sir, you can stop pushing me now. you'll see whenever I bring this truck in, well, where are the wheels? Well, let me reset. it's floating way up there in space. Now, the reason that is, this truck is set really high ride height and really soft suspension originally. Well, we're not using that soft suspension, so the ride height is just raising it up. Now, these will not adjust this frame, but what you can do is you can come down to frame offset, and we're going to bring that up positive, raise it up, raise the frame up, and there we go. Now, as you can see, like I said, the wheels are still the same size. Ideally, it would be a little bit longer for this, but can't make one for absolute every combination. But it'll still work. And if you're like, hey, you know what? I want this to be a little bit further back. Oh, I did it the wrong way. That's right. It's the frame offset, not the body offset. So you can, you could go crazy with it and stick it all the way like that, so it's all hanging off the back. But yeah, lots of options. And I did say there was one other caveat, and I have a vehicle here that will showcase that really well. So this was obviously built as a 3-wheel vehicle. We're going to throw it into a 4-wheel monster truck vehicle. Get rid of the suspension, get rid of that suspension, get rid of that engine, and get rid of the gas tank. Now, whenever I put this on the monster chassis, it looks like it works, but then you'll notice that it's like real weird. The rear steering's all weird. Now, the reason for that is the collision mesh. I'm going to hit Control T to show you. Control T shows you all the collision triangles. This body, out of automation, the collision mesh doesn't line up exactly with the body. And that's true for many automation vehicles. I think all of them are at least somewhat a little bit different. But sometimes you can have that where that is hitting the tire. Now, the solution there, simple, just like before. Come back into vehicle config, tuning, come down to the frame, and we're going to lower the frame. And now it's up high enough that it's not going to collide. We're going to Control T again to turn those off. And now it drives much better. I don't. I still drive horribly. But yeah, so there you go. Now this does have the same limitations as the original monster truck frame. It only has that engine, which is a perfect engine for this, but that's what you get. It does not have parking brake. I think Ashmaker's looking to get that implemented soon, so when they do, I'll implement it on my end as well. But there you go. If you ever want to take your vehicles and turn them into monster trucks, now you'll be able to. So that's all I have for you today. Hope you enjoy it. Like I said, there'll be a link down below for the original mod and for my mod whenever it gets approved, so that you'll be able to use this on your own. And I'd love to see some pictures of your creations, whether it's made to be a monster truck or whether it is a vehicle that you've already made like this and you decide that would be fun to be a monster truck. So yeah, make sure you go to my Discord, share photos, and let's have some fun with monster trucks. So if you have any questions on the mod or how this mod was made, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you have any ideas for mods, leave them down below. If you have any ideas for videos, there's a spot for that on my Discord. And yeah, if you have any automation vehicles that you'd like to see in future videos like this, There's a place to post your builds on my Discord, and if you post a repo link, I'll look at it and it might get used for a future video demonstration if I have a mod that would work well with it. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I got plenty that you may find interesting, both BeamNG and automation content. And I'm also looking to add in some other games. So what are some other games that you guys would like to see? I'm thinking maybe like Trail Makers or Scrap Mechanic doing vehicles, or maybe any of the other, creative vehicle games. If there's something you want to see me play, let me know. And with that, I'll say thanks for watching. Peace.